I forgot that was on there.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody's talking at me.
CRN Digital Talk Radio, the original Talkback with Chuck Wilder, Paul Stern, up there near those Hollywood Hills, taking the toll-free calls at 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225, live across America on this radio station or this cable system, and around the world at www.crntalk.com. Today's guest, James Fulford, editor for The Videre. American workers are losing the jobs in the economy while the immigrant employment is growing. Brett McMahon, spokesperson, Workforce Fairness Institute, going to talk about Tuesday's primary, big labor, just flushed $10 million down the toilet. And Jim Corey, Vice President, National Association Chiefs of Police. Did you know that there is a major U.S. city that has actually passed an ordinance guaranteeing that it will not follow in Arizona's footsteps by enacting laws to help curb illegal immigration? Also, his latest, Obama promises Palestinians $400 million more and slams the Israeli blockade. All that much more today. Let's look at some of the news. BP plans to boost its ability to directly capture oil leaking from a well in the Gulf of Mexico by early next week. Kent Wells, BP Senior Vice President of Exploration and Production, said today that a semi-submersible drilling rig should be set up early next week to capture and burn about 420,000 gallons of oil daily. Suicide bomb ripped through a wedding party for a family with ties to police in Taliban's heartland of Afghanistan, killing at least 40 people, wounding a dozen more. Taliban denied carrying out that attack, but strong suspicion fell on the insurgent group because it has previously attacked allies of the government of Afghan security forces. Mexican security forces pointed their rifles toward U.S. authorities investigating the shooting of a 15-year-old Mexican by a U.S. Border Patrol agent on the banks of the Rio Grande, according to the FBI and witnesses. Shortly after the boy was shot, Mexican soldiers arrived at the scene, pointed their guns at the Border Patrol agents across the river, while bystanders screamed insults and hurled rocks and firecrackers, according to the FBI spokeswoman, Andrea Simmons. She said the agents were forced to withdraw. Mexican authorities said a .40 caliber shell casing was found near the body, suggesting that the Border Patrol agent might have crossed into Mexico to shoot the boy. That would violate the rules for Border Patrol agents who are supposed to stay on the U.S. side, and could open the agent to a Mexican homicide prosecution. A U.S. official said that authorities have a video showing that the Border Patrol agent did not cross into Mexico. In fact, the official said the video shows what appears to be members of Mexican law enforcement crossing onto the U.S. side, picking up something and returning to Mexico. I guess if they cross over here, it's okay, but if we cross over there, uh-oh. Well, a brand new story filed by Joe Kovacs. Listen to this. A college instructor who worked as a senior elections clerk for the city and county of Honolulu in 2008 is making the stunning claim Barack Obama was definitely not born in Hawaii, as the White House maintains, and that a long-form hospital-generated birth certificate for Obama does not even exist in the Aloha State. Now, he says, I had direct access to the Social Security database, the National Crime Computer, state driver's license information, international passport information, basically just about anything you can imagine to get someone's identity. He said, I could look up what your bank home mortgage was. I was informed by my boss that we did not have a birth certificate for Obama. At the time, there were conflicting reports that Obama had been born at the Queen Medical Center in Honolulu, as well as the Kapolei Medical Center for Women and Children across town. So Adams says his office checked with both facilities. They told us, quote, we don't have a birth certificate for him. They told my supervisor, either by phone or email, neither one has a document that a doctor signed off on saying they were present at this man's birth. To date, no Hawaiian hospital has provided documented confirmation that Obama was born at its facility. Well, there will be more on this, I am sure. Russia's foreign ministry said today that UN sanctions against Iran over its nuclear program do not oblige Moscow to scrap a controversial deal to deliver surface-to-air missiles to Iran. Ministry spokesman Andriy Noskosko spoke after the Interfax news agency had cited a Russian arms industry source as saying Russia would freeze its unfilled contract to sell S-300 missiles to Iran because of those sanctions. But now the Russian foreign ministry says, nope, doesn't apply to them. The Rod Blagojevich trial continues. Key government witness painted a picture of subterfuge and greed in Rod Blagojevich's inner circle yesterday, including a scheme born as early as the year 2003 to make secret profits from his power as governor and divide up the spoils after he left office. In dramatic testimony at his corruption trial, his one-time chief of staff, Alonzo Monk, said two of them, along with fundraisers Tony Rezko and Christopher Kelly, discussed money-making plans, including an insurance company to do business with the state. Well, the FBI thought it was closing in on Jordan Van Der Sloot in the notorious Natalie Holloway missing teenager case, and he was videotaped and paid $25,000 in a sting operation. But when the agency delayed his arrest to help build a criminal case, he took the money and headed for Peru, where authorities say now has confessed to killing a different young woman. The investigation of Van Der Sloot in the Alabama's teenager case simply was not far enough along to have him arrested, the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office in Birmingham said yesterday. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Patrick Leahy asked FBI Director Robert Mueller for an explanation of exactly what happened in this case and the basis for all the actions taken by the FBI. Now, Holloway disappeared on the island of Aruba May 30th, 2005. Van Der Sloot is being held in Peru in connection with the killing, exactly 5 years later, of 21-year-old business student Stephanie Flores, the daughter of a Peruvian circus performer, former race car driver. Flores was found beaten to death, her neck broken, in the 22-year-old Dutchman's hotel room. Police said the two met playing poker at a casino. Federal law officials and a private investigator say the work on Holloway's disappearance was revived in April when Van Der Sloot reached out to a lawyer for Holloway's mother and requested $250,000 in exchange for disclosing the location of the young woman's body on the island of Aruba. He got $25,000, and the private investigator says the suspect was taped saying he pushed her down, she hit her head and died. But the statement from the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office said the law enforcement probe, quote, was not sufficiently developed to bring charges prior to the time Van Der Sloot left Aruba.